Morning guys, this is Gordon. I'm doing my first outing video. I've done plenty of outings in the past but never felt the need to film them. But then I saw all the good work people were doing and showing us all the sites. I thought, yeah, why not? I'd like to dedicate this video to Syntax 77, Dean Read and JoeRobinetBushcraft. Every time I see their videos, learn something new, and they do a hell of a lot of videoing, a lot of editing, and keep up the good work. I'm just doing a solo overnight in the Lake District. I've got some new lightweight gear. I'm going to test out the Cuben Fiber Tarp tonight, which I got from HammockGear.com. Sorry, I'm walking a bit quick. Uphill. The pack out weight is by no means ultralight. It's borderline light, but I wanted to do some fitness today as well. Walking about 6.6 kilometers per hour. Done 10 kilometers already. And yeah, just wanted to get some exercise. The loadout weighs about 13 kilograms. Again, no means light, but that's fully loaded with water, food. Well, hope you enjoy. Uphill again. I'm gonna have to make some lunch. I'll see you in a bit. Right, lunchtime. Today I've gone with the lightweight option, which is 750ml titanium pot with lid, alcohol, sponge, pot support, which is, well, you know what it is, plastic cups so you don't burn your lips, still lightweight, toke siphon stove burner, goes in the middle, windscreen made from a turkey roasting tin, and big lighter. That's all you need. Alcohol, pot support, windshield, and the water's on. Now the first thing that's on the menu today for my lunch is a king pot noodle. Now don't hate me for this. There's a good reason, because it's lightweight, you can just add water to it, boiling water. It's not very nutritious, as you might guess, but when you are finished with it, you've got a bowl, a lightweight bowl, so you don't need to bring an extra bowl, you just recycle the cup and you can eat out of that later. And that's lunch. Instant coffee, comes with milk powder already included, saves weight, saves milk going off. Very convenient, and of course the pot noodle. Long spoon sport. Long spoon. So peaceful. I love it. Uphill. Should be nearly at the campsite. well, hammock site, whatever site. Well, 6 hours of walking. This is what I saw on the map, and I think we have a good site for my hammock. Loads of firewood, some fresh water down there. It'll do. Right, got on my gear. Let's get this camp set up. First things first, let's get the DD SuperLight jungle hammock set up. Quite like this one. It's quite light. Dead comfy. I'm going to give it a try. Used it before, let's try it again. And of course we have it in the snakeskin, makes it a hell of a lot easier. And the good thing about snakeskin is if it's raining it keeps your hammock from getting wet, which is always a good idea. And we have it, got my hammock set up. Just needs pulling out. Once I've got the tarp up, then I'll pull out these bits, so it doesn't keep it, you know, keeps it off your face, the midge net. This hammock does come with 2 poles which spread these out. As you can see here, they've got pole section there. But again, you know, save a bit of weight, you don't really need the poles. You could use sticks if you wanted to, but even just pulling these out so they're just off your face, that's all you need. So, and now for my favourite bit of the evening, is to try out the imported from hammockgear.com from the US is the Cuben Fiber Tarp, which is quite an expensive bit of kit, but it's lighter than anything else on the market, and well, pretty awesome. So let's take it out and see what we can see. Right guys, here is the Cuben Fiber Tarp from Hammock Gear setup. It's quite quick to set up actually, because I didn't actually put a ridge line in. I attached it to the hammock arm steel lines, so it was really easy because don't think I need a ridge line, to be honest. I'll just go over what we've done then. First of all, we've got I think these are called the whoopee slings, go around the tree. I've tested the weight, they are fine. I would like to wrap it round again, but the tree's just too big and the length, so it's not working out. And as you can see, go down here, I've attached the Cuben Fiber Tarp to the main carabiner of the hammock using a bit of I forgot the word for it now. Stretchy cord. I think it's 3mm which does it. So I've attached that to here, then to there, just using a simple loop, as you can see here, then tied it off at the end. Really quick and easy to set up, and as you can see, no ridge line, because it's the Cuben Fiber Tarp is bonded. Looking at the quality, it looks great. Yeah, it's there's quite a bit of tension on there, and it's nothing I've done that's going to hurt it. So it's not as delicate as people may think. You can generally, you know, stretch. Well, it doesn't stretch, but you can generally not be rough with it, but not be super kind to it. So as you can see, no ridge line, and the other end I have simply done the same again. It was getting a little bit too tight, so I put another extension in. As you can see, stretcher cord to another stretcher cord to the hammock carabiner. There's a soft shackle scenario going on here. It's not going to come off. It's properly wedged in. But there you go. Yeah, like I say, it's quite a bit of tension, but nothing that's going to hurt it, and it's really sturdy and secure. So yeah, really happy with that. Obviously, I've tied down the cat cut sections to a MSR groundhog stake. Simply put, you know, obviously Lawson, I think it's called Lawson draw cord with the night eyes bit in there, so it shows up when you've got your head torch on, so you don't trip over it. But yeah, attached it in. I've done a separate video on these stakes because it's pine wood floor. It's really spongy, as you can see, really spongy. So normal stakes don't do well on this, but these groundhog ones, once they're fully inserted, are absolutely superb for this kind of floor. And the other side, there was a root there, so why not save a tent stake. And we'll just go to the side, tied off again, and tied off again there. Hammocks underneath, as you can see, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now this section, these are called the doors. I forgot the name of the hammock, the Cuben Fiber Tarp I actually ordered. I think it was just the standard one with the doors. It's a 12-foot long Cuben Fiber Tarp, which gives you that little bit of extra coverage for when you need it under the hammock, because the hammock's a bit longer than normal hammocks, so that's great. Now this section here, you can basically shut the doors quite easily using just a single piece of paracord with a loop on the end, as you can see there. So create a loop in your paracord, run it through the eyelet, through the other eyelet, so it draws tension, then tie it off to a tent peg down here. I just used a bore line, that is it, just to secure that off. And the good thing is, if it does come loose, I want it to come loose rather than rip the tarp, so you know, that's good. And I've also done the same at the other end, using some night eyes Lawson cord. Same again, through them both, tied it off down there. Last thing you want to do is trip over them middle of the night, rip your tarp, or even fall on your head, or you know, whatever bad things happen in the middle of the night. I did originally tie these out to pull them back onto the pull-out points, but they were kind of bending a certain way, which I wasn't happy with, so I thought best not pull them a certain way. I don't think I'll pull these out tonight because I've got enough room underneath. If anything, I'm going to pull these up so it's, you know, coming up here while I'm eating my tea, and tie those points to this tree here. I might need a bit more cord, but it'll keep it upright, and there's hardly any wind, and weather forecast is basically no rain, but you never know. So what I'll do now, I'll pull this tarp back and I'll show you what I've got underneath. Right, this is what's underneath the tarp. As you can see, we have hammock inside there somewhere. There's your hammock. I've got the Exped air pillow large, really good. You can deflate it a little bit, gets comfier, you don't have to be pumped up all the way. Put that back in there. As you can probably see, I have an underquilt on. This is again from hammockgear.com. This is the Incubator, is it Incubator? 0 degree model. The idea being I could take this in summer and in winter and just use a thinner top quilt to vent air if it gets too hot. So that is connected to, as you can see, that's cinched down, connected to the main hammock whoopee sling using an Esbit, which is supplied with the quilt, and obviously the same at this end. And then in the hammock itself I have a top quilt, also from Hammock Gear, and Syntax 77 will be very pleased I got this in camo. Sadly I didn't get the tarp in camo. Yeah, this is the top quilt. This is the 40-degree model because it's summer, so the main idea is I can just throw it off in case I get a bit too warm. Throw it back on. I've also got the snaps version, so you can lay it out flat if you want to. Say if you had to go to ground for some reason and you wanted it to be a flat quilt, then the job is a good one. And that is pretty much it. Like I say, the hammock is a DD SuperLight hammock. It's the jungle version, which means you can take off the mosquito net if you need to. It's also got a little bit of an extra layer under here which is waterproof to a certain degree, so you could throw it over the top of the hammock if you didn't have a tarp handy. I've just left it on there just in case I need it. Exped air pillow, large version, 40-degree top quilt, hammockgear.com, 0-degree underquilt, hammockgear.com. 12-foot Cuben fiber tarp. This thing weighs about 180 grams. It is massively light. It is absolutely superb. Hopefully it will last because it's a hell of a lot of money. And that's pretty much it. One thing I do want to warn you about, because you can't get hammock gear in the UK very easily, if you do try and import them, you will get stung by a 20% import tax, which was a bit of a, I knew it was coming, but it was a bit of a nasty surprise, because like I said, this type of gear does cost quite a bit of money to start with, and then you get that import tax, and it's just kind of takes the edge off it. But it's well worth buying. This is a bit of a shout out to DD, who make tarps, hammocks and things. If you guys can make a Cuben fiber tarp, you know, you'll open the market up in the UK. So yeah, hopefully we'll see that soon. Yeah, so that's the setup. Now it's time for something to eat and brew. Right, this is what I'm going to use to make a bit of a fire. I'm not going to do a full fire because, as you can see, there is debris everywhere, and you know, this type of floor will dry out and set on fire. So I'm going to keep the fire in this, but I just want to show you what this is. This is basically a cutlery strainer from a UK supermarket called Morrison's. You can get them anywhere. It's probably also known as the Ikea Hobo stove. Now this thing's cost £3, probably $5 to my American friends, and it basically does the job of like a bush box. You can get the bush boxes in Germany. I've got 3 versions of them, but sadly the bad thing about bush boxes is they do weigh quite a lot. Now this thing weighs 113 grams, I think, which is considerably lighter than the Bush Box XL, and it's considerably cheaper at £3 compared to, I think it was £80 I paid for the Bush Box XL. It works exactly the same. You get some twigs, put them all in, use some cheap tent pegs as pot supports, put your pot on top, and there you have it. You've got a stove. It's great as well because once you're finished with it, cools down, put it in a plastic bag. Keeps it from mucking up your bag, and then once it's in there, you can tuck the bag inside, and then nest your pot inside it as well. So it's dead easy to transport, really light, and if you bend it or warp it or break it, it's £3 and it's very well made. It's really strong. So I'm going to fill it up with wood tonight and see if I can melt it, but I think I will be able to melt it if I really pack it full of wood and get the fire going, but it's £3, so not too bothered. Anyway, let's make a brew. There we have the stove on. As you can see, gets plenty of oxygen for the fire. Nice big flame. Boils water in no time at all. All you need is a nice lightweight plastic cup, long spoon, tea bag. That's all you need. Always be careful when trying to make feather sticks. Only small, but still I don't want to get any muck in it, so best put a plaster on it. Here's a handy item I got from Amazon, made by Anchor. It's a mobile portable power bank. It should charge the iPhone fully twice, so I take this with me. iPhone cable. Is it mini or micro USB or something like that? Anyway, that keeps my iPhone charged, which has got my GPS maps on, and it also keeps this camera charged. So it's quite light. I think it weighs 89 grams or something like that, but it's perfect for an overnighter. You probably need more if you're doing like a 3-night trip, but if I didn't have my camera and doing the recording, I think that would be fine for 3 days. Yeah, okay, I decided to make a fire. You can't be in a wood and not make a fire, can you? So this is what I'm going to do, because I basically can't be bothered sawing up wood, splitting it and all that. This is what I call a lazy man's fire. Basically what you've got to do, you get 2 large pieces of wood and cross them over. That creates an air gap underneath, which helps you to light the fire, and then I put small kindling over the top. So once the fire gets going, it's easy to light. Once it gets going, these large logs start to burn and heat up, and it keeps it not a big fire, but it keeps it a slow burn, but keeps kicking out the warmth. And once these burn away in the middle, you basically push these in, push these in, push them in, push that one in, and you got a continuous fire. And then all you've got to do, once them logs run out, put some more on, and you've got a nice controlled fire. Water on standby because it's pinewood forest, and yeah, keeps me nice and warm, so chuffed. Lazy man fire. And this is the forest I'm in the Lake District. I think this is Grisdale Forest. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm definitely coming here again. Plenty of firewood, hardly any wind, nice and warm. Another thing I want to do while trying to keep my weight down in my pack is see if I need to bring food that's got more water in. Now I'm asking that because sometimes you go to locations where there's not a lot of water, and you don't want to use all your water on dehydrated meals because you can find that you run out of water very quickly. So with this one, it's quite weighty. It weighs 250 grams, but it's got 460 calories in there, and all you've got to do is add 100 milliliters of water. So that's not a lot of water really. So the idea being, you're going to pay for the weight in your pack, but you don't have to bring the water anyway to make your food, and all you have to do is cook it for 3 minutes and you're sorted. So like I say, I'm going to experiment with this. Next time I'm going to experiment with a more dehydrated rice for when I do have plenty of water available at locations, so we'll give it a try. We'll have that tonight. And this is the lazy man fire. It's time to get some food on, give that rice a try. I'll probably need a lot more firewood than that if I want it to last till 10 o'clock. So I best go and get some firewood. Whew, that took some effort. I think I just obtained some firewood. That should last me tonight. It's quite tall. Top bit's over there. Whew. There you can see, lazy man fire. Just keep pushing it in, just to keep it glowing just enough. Well guys, it's 7 o'clock. The fire's been going for an hour, as you can see. A very easy to maintain fire. You can control the output by how much wood you put in the middle. Not chopped any wood, just been snapping wood. Yeah, I used the saw once, but like I say, dead easy way to maintain a fire. And still got plenty of wood left. So, easy days. Oh, well, like I say, it's 7 o'clock. Had a good walk. Walked about 20 kilometres today. Don't know how many miles that is, probably 13 and a half. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments. But yeah, I've had fun. Completely knackered. But it's been good. Got my camp set up. Just got to put my tarp back over. Fire's going nicely. Easy fire. Just had my main meal. So yeah, I think it's time to kick back. Sun's gonna go down, so there's not a lot of filming time left. But I think next time I'm gonna try and go even lighter. Just because the full load out today was 30 kilograms, and you know, I won't mind getting it to 10. I mean, that's including water, food, you know, a little bit of wine, because you've got to have a little bit of wine, it's mandatory. But yeah, it's been good. I want to get it lighter next time. I'm making notes of what I can do without. I'd probably shave a kilogram off quite easily, just with what I'm not using. And my cook system's good. Needs a few tweaks. There's a few things I'll leave behind next time, like I say. And yeah, everything's awesome. So you might see me later, or you might see me tomorrow. So have a good night. Morning all. Back on the road again. Sadly I slept in. Slept in for an extra 2 hours actually. I was going to do quite a few videos this morning, but I need to get back. So sorry about that. I will do them. The tarp was good last night. It was great. It was very lightweight. The soft shackle did come undone middle of the night, which I had to sort out with an Esbit. But other than that, it was perfect. Yeah, everything's great. I woke up a few times because I was basically too warm. It got down to 9 degrees last night, but the under quilt, you know, being a 0 degree Fahrenheit quilt, was quite warm, and the over quilt was tucked up over me, so I was overheating a little bit, so I just kicked it off, you know, and cooled down again. It was really good. You can't really do that very efficiently with a sleeping bag, so I am converted to under quilt and top quilt. But yeah, everything's great. I tried to do as much filming as I could without impeding on my day out, you know, because it takes a long time. So I've got a big respect for the people who do take the camera along and do all that filming and editing. They really do a remarkable job. But this is me signing off for today. I'm gonna get some work done when I get back. It was a really great overnighter, and I shall see you soon. See ya.